Country Club Tasmania hosts a variety of restaurants, including this one I'm standing in, the award-winning Terrace restaurant. Here you'll find a modern Australian menu with a European influence. Executive chef Sean Keating learned a lot of his trade in Europe before moving on to the famous European in Melbourne, and now focuses his passion here at Country Club Tasmania. So Sean, what have your past experiences brought to the menu here?
I use classic French techniques. We use classic French dishes, and then we transcend that using Tasmanian produce. So for instance, we have mutton bird over there, which we harvest from Big Dog Island. We've taken the classic duck à l'orange, and all we've done is transcended that using the mutton bird, which is classics of Tasmania.
Okay, now talk us through the menu if you could.
Well, we'll start with the duck. I mean, the duck is a really simple dish. All we're doing is roasting duck. We want a classic crispy skin. We want to ensure we're getting a good yield from the bird, so we take the duck neck, we fill that with some duck mousse, with some pistachios and prunes, which you can find around the world, a little bit of saladaise potato, a little bit of farinaceous greens, and then all we're doing is incorporating a baseline duck choux with some aniseed, just to help kick it along really nicely, sort of thing. Yeah, over here we have Cape Grimai fillet, which is, I mean, there's probably not a restaurant that doesn't wish on the mainland that it had it, or if they have it, they're using it and they're loving it. It comes from the northwest coast. Kept it really, really simple. We've incorporated some shimeji mushrooms, which are grown locally. A little bit of shallot. We've pickled those. We take some wasabi from 20 minutes down the road in Perth, which is grown here, which we're very, very fortunate. We incorporate that into the dish just for a little bit of heat. And then we use Lantara Grove olive oil, which is just, there isn't a better olive oil in the world.
Okay.
There isn't. It just picked up the 2009 Vogue From the Ground award. So yeah, we're really fortunate to have that. We've been using it for a couple of years and it's just awesome, yeah, sort of thing. Over here, gnocchi is a favourite. I just love gnocchi. So in Tasmania we have more potatoes than anybody else in the whole world.
Really?
We have every kind of potato known to man. So we're really, really fortunate. Yeah, the watercress comes from the golf course. We harvest that from just over on the golf course, so that keeps it fresh, exciting. Against the gnocchi, the texture of the gnocchi, the watercress actually supplies crisp and crunch.
Okay.
We incorporate a classic salsa verde into that dish, and we've got some tang. Really simple.
Looks fantastic. Now, something I think is absolutely incredible. I've heard you're a vegan.
Yeah, I am, yeah. It's interesting.
So you make all of this without tasting it?
Yeah, I do, yeah. It seems to be working. I mean, you always sort of go, okay, maybe I should taste this, but there is a good group of people around me as well. I mean, there isn't a week that goes by where our F&B manager won't come through and actually sit down and eat and check things. Renee will check things. My apprentices are tuned. They're fairly well-tuned people. My chef de party's a fairly well-tuned person with their taste buds. So it's critical that we're all feeding back all the time. We consistently use the recipes that we've worked on in development, heading in, and the recipes that are built over time. I mean, I didn't walk into this kitchen with a recipe from yesterday. It's come from working with great chefs, who I believe are great chefs, and just building on what they've done. I mean, in the past I've eaten meat as a younger person, but yeah, I just don't see the requirement.
Do you cater for the vegan here?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a thing, we're quite happy to cater for the vegans in the sense that we'll drop them in. So they'll come in, they'll go, I'm a vegan, and we'll offer them a blind tasting menu that can go for as long as they like. I think we've fallen up to 12 courses just on vegans. So yeah, we're quite adapted that, and the crew are adapted that as well. So
Sean, I've noticed quite an extensive range of wines in the wine cellar at the back. Talk us through that a bit.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. We have a good group of owners on board and people who love wine. Also, we're catering to international guests and Australian guests. I mean, people these days, their palate has grown from that to this very quickly, so we need to be able to supply that at the drop of a hat. We've got the Felton Road Pinot Noir from Central Otago, or Otago.
And that's great with?
Great with the duck. Absolute fantastic match. You can't go past a great Pinot like that. So with the beef, we've got the Chateau Lafleur. It's a 1978. Basically, I mean, the policy would be from the earth and the earth. And then we've got the Solomon over here, which is just, refreshing. It's just, with mutton bird, with the classic olive orange sauce, the two together, you're not going to go very far wrong with that.
Well, Sean, thank you so much for being on City Life. We've learnt a lot.
Pleasure.